I will say that the M4 will never fail to put a smile on your face. I mean, this car, it is fast. Oh my god, this thing hauls ass. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the Simply Car Things YouTube channel. If you like what you see at any point in time throughout the duration of this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button as well as hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. Join the fam because we are growing by the day. And I just picked up my new 2015 BMW M4. Now for today's video, I will be going over the spec of this car, and why I'm choosing to make an entire video about this topic is actually really important because there are some key things about this M4 for me specifically that really suit the exact desires and needs that I wanted when it came to purchasing my M4. Now, obviously, prior to me actually picking up this car, I had been looking for an M4 for quite a while, and I was thinking to myself, well, if I'm gonna get a car like this, obviously it's very expensive. It's definitely the most expensive car I've ever purchased, and definitely a very nice and high-end sports car. What is this car good for? And when I was really breaking it down and thinking about M, meaning motorsport, coming from race driving, you know, I realized that I really love to go on the track and drive these vehicles to their fullest and really experience them and become a better driver. Now, when I had my M235i, I was fortunate enough to be able to do one track day in that car. And that was really the experience that kind of sold me on the whole track enthusiast lifestyle, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. And I realized to myself, what about a track build for a BMW M4? And that's exactly what I wanted to do, and that's exactly what we are going to do with this car for the channel, because I want to become a better driver. I really want to experience this car to its fullest, and I do plan on keeping it for a long, long time and doing a very proper build on this car. So stay tuned because I'm very excited. Now this car, as you might be able to tell, is finished off in a signature BMW color. It's called Silverstone Metallic. It's like an icy silver. There's like a bluish hue to the paint. Like I said, it is a metallic finish as well, so it does sparkle in the sunlight, but it is an absolutely gorgeous color. It highlights the body lines very, very well and kind of shows the overall airflow that you would see if this car was put into a proper wind tunnel. Now, the interior of this car is carbon cloth anthracite, and this is a base interior spec in terms of the materials used. It does not have the merino leather. It uses Dakota leather with the carbon cloth inserts. The door cards are also made of carbon cloth, and it has the carbon fiber interior trim. Now, do I like the cloth? I absolutely love it, and it's exactly what I wanted for this car. The cloth stays very temperature neutral in different varying weather conditions, and you also stay very gripped in the seat when you're driving very fast and you're taking corners at a very high rate of speed. Now, this car is actually a stripper spec, so it has 38,000 miles on it, one owner, clean title, as I stated in the last video where I debuted this car, and it doesn't have any factory options. As you can tell by the build sheet on this car does not have any options. There's no lighting package, there's no executive package, no technology or driver assistance style packages. This car is the bare minimum of what you get with an M4. Now, why would I have wanted something like that? I wanted something that was going to be as physically lightweight as possible from the factory with an M4. And this just about gets as close as you can get to a very lightweight stripper spec M4. This car doesn't have a backup camera, it doesn't have the EDC suspension, it just has standard dampers. It doesn't have the Harman Kardon audio, it has the cloth interior, carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber interior trim. Everything is carbon fiber that you could spec from the factory. And it's very lightweight in that sense. The only two options that the owner spec'd on this car were the 19-inch style 437M wheels, which I love actually, because I do not like the 18-inch wheels that these cars come with from factory. I don't think they look good, and the 19s are forged and very lightweight for their size. And the only other option that this car came with was the dual clutch transmission, which I also wanted because I had performance in mind with this build, and the DCT on this car is stupid fast the way it shifts. I mean, it shifts so hard. The downshifts are crisp. I mean, you just hit the paddle and it goes into the next gear. Rev matches perfectly every time. There really are no hiccups with the transmission, and it's exactly what I wanted. I did not want a 6-speed manual for this car. Now, if I had to guesstimate it, I would assume this car with like a half tank of fuel, no driver, probably weighs about 35, 50 or so in terms of pounds. These cars are pretty lightweight for what they are, but most of the weight comes from things like sound insulation, the seats, the factory exhaust system, things of that nature. So I do plan on doing a ton of weight reduction to this car. And you can actually shave a good chunk of weight by just removing a lot of things that aren't necessary on this car, that are pretty easy to take out actually with very minimal work. So to sum it up, this car is my dream spec essentially for a standard M4. I love the color. It was between Silverstone or Alpine White were the only two color choices that I wanted, and I really wanted the carbon cloth anthracite interior. I had to have the carbon roof, and it had to have been a DCT. Those were like my biggest things, and the fact that this is a stripper spec just kind of is the icing on the cake. It's so awesome, and I cannot wait to get the build started on this car and get some track days and more seat time in with this thing, because this is such a fantastic car. It's gorgeous, it drives amazingly, and I really don't have a whole lot of complaints. I'm sure eventually down the road I'll find some gripes about it, but for now, it's amazing. So with all that being said, I'm going to conclude it for this video today. I can't wait to get into the modding process, as I stated previously. If you did enjoy what you saw, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the bell notifications as well to get notified whenever I post a new video. And with all that being said, it's starting to rain outside, so we'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.